Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Beating myself up.
You just hit yourself in the face.
Turn on my own audio and turn up its volume. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dying of Exposure. Cosmos Candela, we're back, baby. We're back. It's
We're still back.
to be as millennial coded as possible. It's April 29th. It's gonna be May. Justin Timberlake's
Lord.
only reasonable
Gonna
offering
be
to
May.
culture, and that's it.
Feel
And
it,
it was
yeah.
written by a Swede.
All right, I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go?
I'm gonna go.
No.
It's too late now.
Gonna
Nope, you're
Relax.
be
You're already
May.
here.
Very nice.
Everybody needs to calm down.
We're in a spicy place. Let me start out by thanking our not sponsor, but one day will be. Let's talk about Demiplane for a moment. Demiplane. Demiplane. We're gonna get to the
I feel like we have been flirting a little bit too hard with Demiplane. I mean, Demi is in their name.
Yeah, so
Well, that's what we took, it had to be mixed.
We need to spend more time for that bond.
Demiplane's love language is time spent.
Yeah.
And what's nice about
yes.
Demiplane is that it lets you spend as much time as you want on the platform. Not just, of course, creating characters and its various excellent RPGs that it provides, but also sharing materials that you buy to people that are in your campaigns, like core rulebooks and stuff. And they're classic, because Demiplane's old school. Demiplane remembers the days where TTRPGs were fueled by AGM going to a local game store and buying up a bunch of materials. And then that's the only person that had any of the official stuff, and no one else did. Demiplane, much like Petridge Farms, fully remembers those days. And but I booked a little a B&B weekend for us in Demiplane, where we're all gonna spend some time looking there.
Swear to God, I thought you were gonna say I booked a meeting with Demiplane.
Yeah,
and
no.
I was about to pee myself.
What an announcement,
Well,
right? We're going to be officially sponsored by Demiplane.
That would be
That's where you were going.
That'd be a bonkers way to do it, my God.
Whoa.
But I booked a little B&B vacation. We're going to spend
that's so cute.
Spend the weekend. We're going out, early on Friday. We're all taking Friday off. We're going out early on Friday, hanging out with Demiplane. I did it at Ocean Shores, Washington. It's one of the few beaches you can still drive a car on, which is very exciting. There's also rental dune buggies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
it's gonna be such a nice day.
Yeah, it'll be such a nice little weekend with us and Demiplane. And then, will we have put in the time for Demiplane to sponsor us? Who knows? We'll have to find out on the next stream. That's Demiplane's choice. That's not our choice.
But we're patient and we're relentless. So
yeah,
we know the word, so we know.
We fell first and we fell harder, and it's okay.
Yeah. And we continue. We keep trying to get up, and then we fall again.
Yeah, and we fall again.
Exactly.
Demiplane, we're not love bombing you. We're love lifing you, Demiplane. We're love lifing.
We're yearning from a distance. Respectfully.
Demiplane, if you were a worm, we would still do this.
We would, Demiplane.
Put you in a very nice
Nonetheless, let's get into the game.
One thing I would like to say really quick before we dive headfirst into the game. I was overthinking the last session today, as I am wont to do in many occasions. And it occurred to me that the cybernetic, like these cyber myconid zombies, the interaction there was top tier. Like that was literary.
It was good.
Like I want you to I don't know if this was intentional or not, but because I was, like I said, I was overthinking it. I've been unemployed. I've been watching a lot of video essays lately, just a lot of YouTube content that's just overthinking everything, right? So my brain's already in that gear. And the idea of this monstrous mass, physically monstrous by our human standards, this we can't see it, we don't know what it is, and we run from it, we're afraid of it. You build up the suspense, and when the time comes for it to explode and really like do the horror movie thing, it says, "Can I have your glasses?"
It's basically like bumming $5 off you in that
and
moment.
see, here's the
Hey,
thing,
can I borrow
and it's
those?
like
Right.
it's the idea that
I
all
have
of this
that.
fear that we have built up
Was
is based
mentally
on the
concocted.
unknown.
Yeah.
It's meant on
It's-
what we don't know and what we don't understand, and that is the basis of
It's the
all
hash
fear.
slinging slasher.
It's like, and it's this notion of like, if we all just like stopped and asked people what's going on, like what can I do to help? I'm not saying all of our issues would go away, but like it would make for a more understanding, more compassionate world. I'm knowing you, Steve, I am 90% sure you did that for a bit. But no, it was fucking brilliant. Okay.
No, it was definitely a little bit for a bit, but it was mostly the nature of knowing that as players, every sort of thing that I've introduced to you is either a joke or a threat. And if I introduce it as a threat, it's a threat. And I hadn't done a version
with
where
us
it's like
because
it
it's a
seems like it might be a threat, and it still might be a threat. But
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
but the idea of the people under the stairs kind of mechanic of like there's something and we're in a game where there are supernatural things and there are dangerous things, and you know that the space is dangerous, but you know that it's all rumors and everything. Giving that, so thank you so much. Take several body damage for complimenting me on stream. I don't like it. I don't care for it. No, of course not.
Several. Okay, that fills my body marks. Am I dead?
You know, you're scarred. So
We have nobody left behind. We got you.
Speaking of, on that note, what happened last time? We had a absolute absolute situation where, due to the extreme commitment performance of Izzy, due to the awareness and kind of obfuscation of Tery and Kilo, and due to good rolls and good choices from Nym and Eddie, instead of Nym being scooped up by Talk to Me and their parent company for daring to remove the unknown surveillance device inside their body.
How dare I make decisions about my own body?
Well, it's
how dare
important.
I didn't know I was allowed to do that.
It's important.
This is corporate.
You signed the terms of employment. It's not their fault that it's a 672-page contract on 8-point font, single spaced.
It's not my fault that they had a line that was in like. It's not their fault that just one of those lines happened to be in white ink on the white paper and a size 4 amongst all the size 8.
And you need to use a black light.
Hey.
Gotta squeeze some lemon on the paper and then expose it to heat.
FFFF is the HTML hex code for that that text font. It's technically not white. That would be illegal. But nonetheless, Nonetheless, we saw them all making excellent moves. We had a fun time at the bank. Tery was very good with the
Tery's so good with money.
Tery's so good with money and received both credits and cash in suitcases and some and Izzy got a couple just canvas bags with dollar signs on them, as is appropriate.
Those will come in handy eventually.
But Nym and Eddie kind of had the more harrowing journey through the various utility shafts and causeways that exist through all of Velis, and managed to get out of there in time before they were maybe overtaken. Maybe they just would have had to keep giving them stuff. Who knows? These cybernetic myconid zombie creatures that exist in the circulatory, or rather lymphatic system of Velis. But until and we left off with just a little text message exchange because of course there'd been concerns. And of course, Eddie gave his spectacles off to this creature, and Izzy doesn't know that. You all don't know that, but Izzy or Eddie and Nym are safe. Izzy, Kilo, and Tery are safe, and we returned back to Eddie and Nym first.
Okay.
You have just gotten out of the kind of manhole cover, if you will, of that, moving toward the dive bar of place that you know when Eddie made the choice not to bring this back to anyone else or bring this complication into anyone else's life, and instead go to a dive bar in a kind of seedy neighborhood of central, or what's called the Central District of Veles. This is technically the borough, for lack of a better term, that Eddie is from, that Eddie's apartments are in, but much like the boroughs of New York, does, easily like a mile and a half away from wherever, 2 miles away. Public transport, not so bad. Walking, it would take quite a bit. Whole different neighborhood. Whole different neighborhood. You make... or you, Nym and Eddie, are both on this kind of dimly lit sort of walkway / causeway. Hover pods are ferrying people over and above you about 15 feet up. Street lamps and everything. This doesn't quite get as much of the natural light of the grander sky domes and projections of this. So it seems, even though it's still kind of the afternoon, it seems like it's nighttime here. It always kind of seems like that kind of navy blue dim nighttime here. There's people walking around in the streets, but it's not like busy season yet. There's pawn shop.
It's the Gotham City effect.
Yep. There's a pawn shop and a bodega and a knockoff jewelry store and a pawn shop and a bodega and a paycheck loan and a pawn shop and a bodega and several bars.
You need options.
You need options. CD by the hour hotels. How y'all feeling in this kind of dimly lit kind of city street? For some reasons, there's puddles in the streets. You don't know why. This place is a complete contained environment. It shouldn't have just puddles, but the drainage is maybe a little plugged up here or there.
It's condensation.
Condensation.
It's just from the amount of like humans breathing around here. It's just
exhalation
and of course
and random bodega refrigerators.
Bodega refrigerators leaking out, neon signs, but not like big in spectacles like your Las Vegas boulevards or your Tokyos or downtown New York's. Definitely more like food. More like a Bourbon Street, New Orleans kind of district where it's pretty dense here and things are actually not very high profile. A great example is that most of the buildings or structures around here, before you get to what would essentially be the ceiling of the level that you're on, are only 2 stories up, like with a little bit of space on top of them to service the roofs. And then it's the floor of the next floor above you with varying degrees of working night sky projections that do not necessarily do that. You can just see the concrete underneath.
Right. One of them is randomly on dawn and you're like,
how do you how y'all feeling after such a harrowing event?
100%. The moment that they got out, Nym started like digging through her purse and is like, I have bandages, and just like has like the little goofy ones, little colorful goofy ones, and just like, did you scrape your knees or what? Did you scrape your knees? Are you
goofy like the adjective or goofy like the character?
Not the character. We're not touching Schmizni.
There's like some Hello Kitty ones.
We don't talk about Shrizmi.
This is
like
dying of exposure. This is dying of exposure.
Little
we
smiley
call it
faces
Disney.
on a purple background.
We call it Disney, and I dare them to ever do it. I am a middle-class white man with unlimited lawyers. I dare them to get into a cease and desist consistency with as much parody. If you don't think that Disney exists on Veles and that you're watching the remake of the animated, of the live action of the animated. Yeah, they still do that. You're watching the Disney Channel.
Oh my
It's
God.
weird. It's so wild that Veles is so like millennial nostalgia coded. It's so deep in the future.
It's crazy. This is the 50-second resurgence of the nostalgia.
In this far into the future, Disney is to this time what like Rockefeller is to now.
Yeah, where it's just like
one of those. It's just synonymous, and like you sort of understand that there's some kind of underpinning of yes, these people run fucking everything, but you couldn't tell how, you know.
But
you have to dig too deep, and nobody has the
talk
time
amongst
or
yourselves. You're in a new place.
Illuminati shit.
You're in a new place. You're in danger. How you feeling, Eddie? How you feeling, Nym?
Eddie is.
Do you want tie-dyes or pastel narwhals? I don't even know what that is. It's got a horn.
Oh God. Eddie will just sort of is like, while he's just kind of like rubbing his face and trying to like get his head back in the game, for lack of a better term. He's just gonna reach out and grab whichever one is closest.
It's definitely the pastel narwhals. Those are
Okay, pastel narwhals. And puts it on whatever scratch is, the worst.
They're not really helpful, but still.
Okay. We're away from that, but to call us safe would be kind of a stretch. So
pulls the Quasar hoodie closer around her.
We need to I know there's a place nearby that but yeah, that at the very least we'll be able to lay low. There'll be, we can, keep an eye on the door and make sure nobody's coming after us or whatever. And I strongly doubt anybody from Talk to Me is going to be down here.
One can only hope. One can only hope.
And
once we get to wherever this place is, then we can probably tell the gang what the fuck happened. They need to fucking know.
They
need to know. How would we not know? That's bull. That's crap. That's ridiculous. Safety is an illusion, and we're all gonna die.
I do need to make. Eddie would need to make one stop before they go to the bar, though.
Okay.
To basically get a burner phone of some kind. Just something that he can just sort of pick up.
See without your glasses?
Oh yeah, they're just. It's not a prescription thing. It's would it be a prescription thing?
Could be.
I thought that part.
It's the future.
I will say they were prescription. They're not like, I'm not like Velma over here where like I'm like fumbling around for everything. Yeah.
Somebody help me find my glasses.
Also, you're just not thick enough to be Velma, and you never will be.
Yeah.
Eddie Shaggy build, not Velma build.
Eddie, no.
For that mini skirt,
Shaggy looks at Eddie and says, like, "Hey, bro, you gotta eat a hamburger or something."
Terrible. Okay, so you need to stop at a bodega to get yourself a little burner smart device.
Yep.
All right.
So that I can. I have a feeling once things die down a little bit, I'll be able to get to a tech store of some kind so that I can actually get replacement glasses. But for now, this is the order of the day.
All right. Since you need to obtain a thing, I'm going to have you roll a luck check. No serious consequences to this, but just give me a d6 and tell me the number. Higher is better.
Okay. Higher would be better, wouldn't it? I got a 2.
Actuleva.
All right. As Eddie takes you to any of the 6 bodegas you can easily see in immediate vicinity, because there's one on every block corner, to support this many people. Maybe the occasional skipped block, but as Eddie takes you to one of the 6 bodegas, Abby, describe the cat that's in the bodega at the counter.
Okay, because it has to be a cat.
There has to be a bodega cat.
Yep.
We're going to say tuxedo.
Okay.
We're going to say the left sock kind of goes up towards the elbow. The other one's just the toots, the little beans. We're going to say it's fat as all hell.
Yep.
Hey, Give me a second.
Perfect.
I got the perfect model. Hey, Puma. Come here, big girl.
It's just the vague
You just
glitch
hear it
sounds
off screen.
Puma.
It's good. Oh my gosh.
No.
That one.
A baby.
You must.
There
I
we
would
go.
like to see the child. Present the child.
Let us see the child.
Oh,
Oh, what a
Oh.
handsome
This is
baby.
Puma Thurman.
baby. So
Look at that
sweet.
face.
Oh, we're done.
So fuzzy.
Oh my
Hello.
goodness.
Yeah,
My
that
Used to be
one.
a lot
That'll do.
chunkier.
Okay.
Oh.
He's been hitting that
I also have mine here.
P90X. There you
Oh,
go.
little
Another
puppers.
dog or another pet.
Tiny puppers. I
So
have no idea what mine
tuxedo
is.
cat, heftier.
Yes, Puma Thurman, you're a model
a thi-
now.
A big thick or
Plus size model.
heftier tuxedo cat. One of the white paw sleeves longer and higher up than the other. And everything. Any
East Coast cat.
any battle yeah, just one leg up. Any battle scars on this cat, or this cat fairly well kept?
I'd say this cat would have a collar on it to show that it is well kept and it is owned, but definitely has like a nick in the ear. It's like messed around a little bit, decided, nah, I'm okay being an indoor cat after having like one bad fight.
Okay, it's got a collar on. The collar has a little bow tie on it because it's a tuxedo.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Listen, I've been there and I'm out. I'm out.
Right. He's like, I
I know.
tried to live on the rough side, and
No,
I think
not
I
for
would
me.
rather just.
Nope.
I'm a
It's
little
for some-
prince, and I desire to be a little prince in my little home.
I'm a little gentleman. I don't
I'm just a
belong
little
out-
guy. I'm just a little guy.
In
I'm a
classic,
distinguished
Look at my
gentleman.
bow tie.
in classic
I'm just a little guy.
bodega sense, even though doors Star Trek open, they just go whoop and panel away. The moment it clips, there's like a little nub that sticks out on the door, and it brushes past a bell to ring a bell when you open in, so you still get the bodega bell,
It's a tiny little hook.
physical actual bell, and everything when you come in. The walls are of course stacked
retro.
up on either side, dense with products that may or may not be expired, various conveniences and household items, all at a convenient markup. And then behind the counter, which doesn't have the bulletproof plating, the like plexiglass don't sneeze on me thing. It's actually an open counter bodega. You can see that there's like a little, what's essentially a long Foreman grill skillet that allows them to do bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning and stuff like that, like God intended for all of bodegas. A nice little hot Sammy in the morning. Health code notifications nowhere to be seen. There's no chance this bodega
Needs them.
is
No, it's obviously up to code.
yeah, obviously it's up to bodega code. And so you see this little tuxedo cat on the counter, on the counter, kind of like looking like it's sleeping when the bell rings, and it pops its head up and it looks at you two and it's like, hello and welcome to Feline's Bodega. My name is Felix Feline. How may I help you?
Yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
If
What do
you
you
thought
want?
that
I knew
my
it.
future didn't involve all bodegas being managed by bodega cats.
Bodega cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the uprising of
Wow.
whatever year it was, and they just like, well, this is ours. So
That's beautiful.
the bodega cat uprising. That's a campaign I
The
want to
cat
play.
looks at
That's
the cat
gorgeous.
looks at Eddie real quickly and goes, "Oh, if you're looking for personal hygiene products or protein powder, that's back in the left corner, and then one aisle over, halfway up for the protein powder."
No, I'm looking for a phone actually.
A what?
A phone, like I need a smart device.
Oh, smart device. Okay, I have many to choose from. It's a fine selection. And they raise up their little paw because they don't have like thumbs or anything. They just sort of gesture.
Right, just general gesturing.
Gesturing. And they're like, you can do that. A
The
fine
gesture goes into the
selection.
big
Just
stretch.
point to me which one that you would like with the laser pointer, and I will be committed to tackling it and pulling it off the shelf. And you see there's like a little laser pointer on a chain for things that are behind the counter to point to the cat.
My wrist
And then
cracked.
as for you, Bird, what would you like? Looking over at
Preferably
Nym.
not to be referred to as bird.
Well, then don't be a bird. You have delightful feathers. They're so attractive.
Around here we say birds, not bitches.
Ooh, whoa. Felix is. I know I'm not there, but listen. I think you're being hit on by a cat.
Are you not shit right now? Right now.
He's going wild.
People can give compliments without having underlying intentions.
I think he's hitting on you. I'm sorry. I said what I
Get
said.
down with you.
He called you bird. Maybe he wants to eat you.
Oh
And-
yeah, maybe he thinks you look delicious.
Yeah.
Put your face away. I saw
tried.
you, Will.
I
tried.
also thought it. We all thought it.
You.
I told you guys before stream, I have been playing MonsterCon this week. My brain, like video essays and dating sims. I am overthinky and horny. Okay, that's where my brain is
Great
going
combo.
this week.
He's over horny.
That too.
No more null walls for you. You're fine.
Maximum horny.
You're fine. You'll make it.
You're fine.
Eddie and Nym, you notice that everything. This is one of those bodegas that marks up everything like noticeably too much. Like you're at a convention, where it's like a bottle of water isn't just like isn't just like instead of it being like $2, $2.50, it's like $3.50. It's like $5 to $7 for a bottle of water.
Oh, like distinctly bumped.
Yeah, just like violently done. So the phone selection, the cheapest phone there that's a burner phone, and these are, Eddie, you know, anywhere else that was honest, including at the including at the not bodega, but in fact mini mart, different things that you live above. Any of these phones would be like 25, maybe 30 credits, and here they're a solid 80 to 100 a piece.
Woof.
Jesus.
Well, fortunately, I've been making bank over bank with some of my
There's that.
recent endeavors. So, yeah, I don't have too much of an issue.
Tery, and your privilege.
How do you get so much cash? My gosh.
Don't worry about it.
You say
For
things
doing
like that when I
exactly
have
what the
worry
rest
in
of
my
you have been
heart.
doing, but being conveniently not located near it, so by happenstance being paid for it.
So yeah, no,
My
and
best friend Eddie.
he'll drop 100 credits on a phone. It's
That'd be
more
amazing.
for him. It's more of a matter of survival at this
Yeah,
point
of
than
course.
anything else. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
It's worth it.
Eddie, you drop 100 credits on the phone. I assume you laser pointer at a phone that you think would be the best phone. You watch Felix, Felix Feline, just absolutely form tackle the shelf of foams, knock several down, get the one you want, get it into its mouth, put it down on the counter, go full cat for a moment, and then come back to relaxed but still talking
Smacking
cat.
it around on the floor.
Did anyone picture? You remember back in the olden days when they threw a person or an animal that's like an obviously fake mannequin or stuffed animal?
Yeah. Yes.
I just imagine that flying through.
Like a Salem
Just a
cat
vague,
from
a vague
Sabrina.
cat audio in the background.
From the old Sabrina show. Not to be confused with the new Sabrina show that is also now an older one.
God.
There was for a hot second
Thrilling
on
Adventures
Netflix.
of Sabrina.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the horror movie one.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I liked it. But nonetheless, they do that. Nym, Eddie, while you're here, any supplies, any things that you want to pick up here at this bodega as Felix casually cleans It cleans the lower part of their stomach, not their butthole. Customers are here, but their stomach.
Right. The pooch.
Not their butthole. They're a gentleman.
Yeah.
They're a gentleman.
Don't
You on your
clean
own
your
time in
butthole in
private.
You
front
can
of
clean a
mixed
gentleman's butthole.
You can, but everyone has
Yeah.
to agree to it
Later.
first.
That's true.
Not everybody has a
Factual.
convenient little finger down there.
That's true.
Never forget.
Yeah. No. I want to.
I
I want to so desperately.
But yeah,
I'm not
anything from
sorry.
the bodega that you two might need.
Um, yeah, that like all Eddie really needs is a phone, and he's just or a comm device, and make his way back. Try to get out to the bar.
Okay. Well, what about Nym?
I think Nim's just just looks around because she's never really been to a bodega. I don't feel she went from country girl to living kind of lower medium area, so I don't think she's really familiar with it. So she's like, okay, just gets a little, just looks around, gets a little distracted until he's like, we're leaving, huh?
actually, you know what? Come to think of it, if Eddie's probably a little stressed, so he's probably like. He's not the kind of person that's going to sort of assume that this is the kind of bodega where he could get sort of like, chemicals that he would like to partake in order to ease some of this stress. But he sees the grill and will get an Astro Spam egg and cheese.
Oh Lord, another thing I wish I could forget.
Nothing is more haunting than watching a cat prepare Astra Spam egg and cheese for you. You can at least know that Felix is not giving any of it a second thought. So Felix themselves is not affecting the quality of the spam.
Right.
As they kind of begin to they go up to all these like little drawers that they gently tap open, and then they grab the pieces that you're going to eat with their cat mouth and put it on the grill,
It's so sanitary.
or on the skillet, and you can smell it cooking because the ventilation in here is poor. But it doesn't smell like bad cat.
On the desk.
It seems that Felix keeps themselves fairly tidy. Also, cats have not used litter boxes in ages. Once they became sentient cats,
Sentient.
are aware of how to use different regular plumbing. That is cooking up on the skillet and will delay you.
Became sentient.
Yeah, when cats became,
because
a little bit of a lore drop for you. The Felix is descended from Earth cats. Like, these are not an alien species that looks like cats from Earth. These are cats from Earth over thousands of years that have evolved to be
that
sentient.
Have gained sentience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah. But
sentience and common speech.
Anything else for you, Nym, before you guys head out to the bar?
Not that I can think of.
All right. I let Abby describe or define the cat. Will, what's the name of the bar? I love making Will name bars.
He does such a good job at it.
Let's see.
Kind of a seedy one.
I feel like you know what? I'm gonna lean all in on the combination of this being a sort of social point of no return and the fact that this is on a space station, and we're gonna call it the Black Hole.
The Black Hole. A bar that is all black, matte black painted. The windows are fully blacked out. It might as well be a gentleman's club, and not the kind of gentleman that Felix is. A different kind of gentleman's club. There is one door. It does not have an open sign, but you do see people going in and out of it. In the front of the bar is a nice line of, you've seen Kilo's pedal clutch, which is kind of like a hover bicycle. And certainly there are little things called, there are little moped style versions of that are just are just functional single passenger vehicles. But this bar has a number of what are termed fondly as diesel clutches. Diesel clutches don't actually run on diesel. You're in a space station. That would be a fucking nightmare. But they do sound like they run on diesel. And they are very loud and very souped up. They have giant tailpipe arrangements and everything like that. They are chromed out. They are exactly the kind of busted they're exactly the kind of busted future version of if somebody from the 1940s with like a motorcycle a la Germany 1930s build mixed with Akira had a baby and made a motorcycle, but and some of them even just have wheels and don't hover, but that is the front of this place that you're approaching. But before you go in, we're going to cut back to Izzy, Kilo, and Tery, the other group. Also, Nym, do you in this time text and reach out to any of these people via your comms device?
Definitely.
So let's assume that Nym has like short text or long text.
She's quite verbacious, actually, so probably a long text. And I don't know. Let's see. She had Tery's number probably before all this because that was one of the original contacts. So she probably messaged Tery, and just like this long line of like this big old chunk of text of, "Oh my gosh, you will not believe what happened. There's horrors underneath. Oh, it's okay," but like just going through like literally telling the whole story while just actively texting.
Don't go under the ground. Don't go under the ground.
Under the ground, we're in space.
Cybernetic myconoid zombies beat up Eddie and took his lunch money, and by that I mean his glasses. And now we're at a bodega. I've never been to one of these. There's a cat. He said my feathers are pretty, but that's like beyond the point.
Maybe
just going down.
I don't know.
Cat.
Astrospam is a plague upon sentient kind. I don't know what's going on.
He showed me his pooch.
I'm sorry. Just
I mean, he was a gentleman. He didn't go for the asshole, but like it was pretty. It was kind of close.
There he is, working his hygiene game.
There it is, little baby.
There he is,
little baby.
But yeah, Izzy.
But it's panic stream of consciousness, long ass chunk of text.
You get this.
Tery going. We're going to a bar, I guess.
Yeah, Tery, you get this very very long scree of jumbled panicky.
It's all perfectly spelled and has quite a few large words in it, but it is definitely stream of consciousness.
It's like a philosophy major in their second year trying to sound smart.
It's got words like egregious and stuff like that, just like unnecessary.
How do you respond when that dings? Well, you all had been kind of talking about your successful journey and where Eddie and Nym might be, and had recently received a communication on Izzy's phone that Eddie and Nym were good.
Everything's fine.
That they're safe and they'll meet up later.
I also received the message that they were fine.
Yeah.
Was that for me? No, it was for Izzy.
It got to Izzy, but all of you were aware of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty much, if we're going back and see, well, got a text back and says he's fine.
I got a ginormous text that I will never read. Anyone wants to read this?
Oh, can I see?
Yeah, I won't read it. It's for you.
It's too big. Usually when it's too big, Alexander, just make it like
some of these
simple.
Words.
Tery, TLDR.
I know some of these words.
Izzy, what's the
Terry is one of those people that would use AI to communicate text threads. Oh, you're the worst, Tery. Oh.
So terrible.
Be like, it's a text message. How should I respond? I don't know, like a human being. It's a text message. Gemini doesn't need to be involved.
Gemini doesn't need to be involved.
Anyway.
You'll be surprised.
Izzy, what is it?
I would have to read it. Ugh.
Literacy.
Who was it?
How well does Izzy translate this?
Bottom line, monsters in sewer.
I don't even know who texted us.
Oh, that's
beat up. Lunch money is taken.
What?
Was that for
glasses? Code for glasses.
Is that a spam message?
No. This we don't do this. He got an astral spell. Santa the bodega.
No one has told me who the text is from.
No, it's because
it's from.
I would like on the bodega, of course.
It's from Nym. There's a cat.
All right.
The
cat.
Nym. Sure.
Cat's not licking his hole, but they'll be at the black hole.
What? All right, the black
So
hole.
Nym messaged me to talk to me about her day.
Messaged you.
This is
That's such a friend
and
move.
you did it, and you didn't want to read it.
It's too big.
Based on our phones for this. Jesus Christ.
Eventually, I would know what that was about, and like then there would answer it for me, or maybe I could send an emoji. I don't know.
I just
maybe send an emoji.
Okay.
All right. Does anybody know where would I know
Nym
where
for
the
some
black
reason
hole is?
feels
What level is this out against?
You know where the black hole is.
All right.
It's not in your route, but you know where it is.
I guess we should head to the black hole.
Like just KOW. Well, on our way, so OOW.
Ow!
Say it at the end. From your friend Tery, please.
Smiley face.
Nice.
Close enough.
So wait, hold on. Is this
smiley faces?
Was this text sent from the burner phone?
No, this was sent from Nym's phone, and the message you
phone.
received from Eddie was sent from Eddie's glasses, which is how Eddie usually communicates.
Let me tell you how paranoid I am when we have talk to me breathing down our necks using any sort of communication like this. I'm very paranoid.
You gotta get off the grid.
You can't send a letter.
You know that from your personal communications devices, all of the talk to me stuff was purged at the same time of the discovery of what was going on with it, because the organization was deeply aware of what shit they do, and we did confirm that Tery did not have the Talk to Me app any longer installed on their phone or any remnant of it because the sponsorship deal was done.
Did Eddie make it public
Kilo,
knowledge?
it's cool. I texted in code.
All right, yeah. The smiley.
You just see K on our way. OOW. Smiley face.
Brilliant.
She's gonna love it.
Did Eddie ever make it public knowledge that somebody tried to track him back? I forget.
No.
Never. Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't talked about his secret friend.
Okay. I'm just not sure. No, was that initially that's who was trying to track you, the secret friend? When we were in lockdown and you tried to send a signal out and they tried to track you back.
When they were like you need to get off the thing.
Yeah,
I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's the same, if those are the same person, if they're trying, if the same person is.
Yeah, I think that's the guy. I think that's your friend that we don't know about.
Yeah, we don't know about secret.
I want to say Alexander, but that's just my guess.
But Steve, did I get this message at the end of the session? Like, you need to go there, right?
What? Which message?
The message saying that we needed to help Eddie.
Yeah, you did get a message that said that you needed to help Eddie at the end of the last session as well. That was separate from the message from Eddie's glasses. Because it printed out. It printed out on your printer that might be in your butt as well. You might have a lot of things in your butt.
Your butt print. I forgot about that.
Your label makes your asshole.
It's somewhere near the baby finger as well. When the printer jams, the baby finger takes care of it as well. It's multifunctional.
Baby finger does know how to fix the copier and fax.
It's next to my asshole.
That's why I said it's the butt fax machine.
I mean,
all right, let's go to the black hole. Speaking of holes, let's go to the black hole.
Can I just say one thing before we go to Kilo and Izzy? It's very weird that I got a message telling us to go help Eddie, and then Eddie said, "I'm fine," and then Nym said, "I'm not fine." So I think that's very weird. I just wanted to point that out.
Maybe.
I was going to ask Eddie about that when we get there.
I feel like Eddie knows a lot of people. Maybe Eddie's got a friend.
Okay, yeah.
Looking out for
it's
him.
just okay. I don't know why Eddie said everything was good then.
Some people lie about how they're doing sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, everything's in perspective. Maybe he was good at that moment in time, and then things went awry afterwards.
You never lie about how you're doing, Tery?
No.
I'm
always, yeah.
You're always
I'm
good?
an open. I'm an open soul.
Yeah.
You're a content creator. You do nothing but lie about how you're doing in your personal life.
No,
Cry
I
through the
know what you're
smile.
talking
All right,
about.
Tery.
Said the content creator.
All right.
Yeah.
The black hole?
I would never lie to my friends.
Yeah, you would never do that, ever.
No.
I'm sure. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you all
yeah.
are walking and talking your way toward the black hole.
We're going good. Yeah. Okay.
I believe you. I believe you.
Not taking any sort of service, probably just making your way there via maybe the occasional public transportational bus. But even still, you could get there via moving walkway and everything as you make your way there.
Maybe my car?
You could take your car if you want to summon your
You
car
wanna
at the
drive your car?
Cybertruck.
Yeah, I always can drive for my friends in my cool car.
In your very cool car.
All right, there's so much room in the car at this point. Does Izzy still make the choice to be on top, or does Izzy still
Izzy's riding Top Gun.
Top Gun,
Uncut
shotgun,
Top
and
Gun.
driver. Amazing! What a great pun. You all make no incidents, no checks necessary. You've done the work to not make yourself particularly conspicuous to talk to me. Again, they don't really understand how any of you would even be affiliated with Nym. So, so there's not a high threat level, yet at least, about that. But you make your way there. Well, they're traveling there back with Nym and Eddie. When you enter this bar, I need each of you to make a we're gonna call it a
A baby finger check.
No, not a baby finger check. No baby fingers in this bar.
Okay.
No baby fingers in this bar? So I cannot enter.
Well, is your baby finger visible?
No.
I don't know. Say no. Please say no. Please say no.
No.
I
don't show my baby finger to anyone.
Tery's got a carry and conceal license for their baby finger.
I will go out just showing my baby finger.
Normally you'd have to, have the baby finger visible and keep your license on you for it. But
we're swinging out with our finger out.
Abby can't even look at us.
I just want to remind everyone it was not my idea. The baby finger. It was someone else.
But you then brought it back. You brought it in.
Of course, it wasn't me. Of course, it's true now.
And
Julia is the queen of yes and.
So I need you all to
yes, have baby finger and a printer asshole.
That is. I cannot even
wait, or just Eddie and Nym.
Sorry, Eddie and Nym. I'm gonna say that this one we're gonna do this as a nerve roll. I'm going to say that if you nerve, of course, has 3 subcategories in it. It's your total number of pips across the subcategory rounded up, but divided by 3 rounded up. So if you have 1 pip in each, you just roll 1 die. If you have 2 pips in one, or 2 pips and then 1 category blank, then it would still be 1. So it's just rounded up kind of thing.
Okay.
That cocked.
Oh, I'm going to do save.
That's a 6.
Amazing.
I don't know where my dice is, so I'm using an online dice roller, and I don't know how to do this. It rolled a 3.
A 3. Eddie,
course
you
you
don't
did.
even notice. Nym, this is the worst bar you've ever been in.
Yeah.
Nym,
you don't even need to check to tell me that.
Nym,
I know.
what does Nym look like when they absolutely smell the combination of body odor of various kinds: reptilian body odor, mammalian body odor, avian body odor, furless and furred ooze body odor mixed with excretions and what can only be poorly directed digestion, otherwise known as piss and vomit. That is the undertone. That's the general base in which the air smells. What does Nym look like when that hits their beak?
When it hits the old factory.
The old factory.
Yeah.
Yep. The old factory.
How does Nym respond to this?
Immediately, her very large eyes already get much wider. Her feathers that might have just barely started to puff, calm down, puff right back up. So underneath the big old sweater, it just puffs up even. It just makes it look like she's a little bit bigger. She's definitely pulling one of her one of the sleeves kind of loose and kind of up here, and then just kind of grabs onto Eddie's little sleeve, kind of leans in and goes, "Are we going to get punched here? Because my bones are very hollow and very porous. I will not do well if I get punched here."
All I can picture is, I know it. I can't remember specifically what scene it is.
She's so tall and she's so thin and so frail.
Well, there's a scene in Spirited Away where someone takes a bite of something.
The stink spirit?
The stink spirit.
Yeah.
Well, and you have that wave of ripples just kind of flow through
you're thinking of
body.
Yubaba smells the stink spirit for the first time, and it's horrible.
With her large nose.
Yes. It's tragic.
A very large nose.
Yeah.
Very much that. Just the initial, just oh my gosh, just leans into Eddie. We're gonna get punched. My bones are so porous and my bones are so hollow. I will not do well being punched.
We're gonna be
so
fine.
Unsanitary.
We're gonna be fine.
I really regret having feet that are shaped the way that they are, because my feet have to touch the ground, and it makes me very sad to touch the ground here.
You're not.
Am I gonna get warts? I don't want to get warts.
You're not gonna. Well, most of the warts that I've met here are pretty nice, so you should be able to. You'll be all right.
What does that mean? I don't care. Actually, that's gonna freak me out more. I don't want to know. For once in my life, I will believe that ignorance is bliss. For once, I'm gonna just believe that ignorance is bliss. I'm so blissful in my ignorance. Oh my lord, This is fine. Fine.
I'm just gonna signal to, as we're sort of walking by, I'm just gonna sort of signal to the bartender, 2 beers. We'll be at the back booth.
Bartender, future is as the past is. Looks up, rubbing the top of the bar with some rag. Rag, throws it on their shoulder. Goes to the tap, eyeballs a couple of the glasses. Clean enough, starts pouring. The bar is fairly busy, is not the right word. It's populated for this time of day.
Sure.
Give me Eddie, because Nym is too not feeling the space. Eddie, give me a good old fashioned survey or roll here. A good old fashioned looking around roll.
Yeah, Nym is actually trying not to look and not to have any physical senses whatsoever.
That is a 3.
And yeah,
no evil here, no
filled
evils,
with the kinds of people that you expect to populate this place. Nobody looks like they don't know how to handle themselves in a little bit of an outdoor drunken, outside the bar kind of fight. But nothing super stands out to you at this time with a 3.
Sure.
And then just to give you a shape of the place, think of a big rectangle bar in the middle coming out from one of the long sides of it. On one side, some good old-fashioned analog bar fun. We have Cyberpool and we have SpaceX. And on the opposite side, some taller things, and then booths sort of lying around the opposing edge. There is no natural light in here. It is very dim. It is very smoky in this place. Again, ventilation poor. The smoke might almost be a bit of a relief if it did a better job at covering up the normal natural scent that this place has earned over its many decades, possibly centuries in business.
That good old bar stank.
You two sit into a booth. I need a move roll from Nym.
Oh Lord, a move.
Or a survey roll, one or the other.
Lord survey. Girl's got no nerve. No nerve to save her life. But she's got big eyes. So we're gonna do a survey. And that is a 5 and a 3.
5 and a 3. So 5 is a disadvantage or advantage?
That'll be at advantage.
Yeah, at advantage. So 5. You go to sit down in the booth and then look at the booth that you're about to sit down in, and then quickly grab one of the paper napkin dispensers, put down a bunch of napkins on the base of the booth and the back of the booth, because the whole thing is definitely...
She digs through her little satchel, finds like little sanitary wipes.
The whole booth is like tacky. I'm not going to say full sticky. Just like it shouldn't have as much connectivity as it does when you sit into it.
When you touch it, it shouldn't like kind of grip a little bit.
Yeah. And so you do your best to disinfect. Eddie probably just sits down.
Someone get him up. It's getting sticky in this bitch.
Yeah. And the two of you are sitting there. Your beers are eventually brought. The glasses are like 90% clean. They're like 90% of where you'd want a glass to be at. Nothing's like growing in them or anything like that. They're just kind of marked up and smudged.
Ew.
What do the two? You've got probably about 5 to 10 minutes before the squad is going to come in. What do you two fill your time with in this 10 minutes now that you're at a place that's simultaneously more dangerous than Nym probably is comfortable with, but from Eddie's perspective is the most peaceful place by comparison of the last couple places that Eddie was in. There are not a corporation or a group of creatures in this place other than the creatures that are currently throwing axes at an orbiting moon on a hologram and hitting the back of the wall, because the axes are real. The projections and targets are the projections.
Of course.
You're handling this really well. I'm freaking out more about a bar stool than you seem to be freaking out over most of the issues of the day. Like, I'm sure you're not okay, but you're at least like outwardly handling it well.
This is like, I'm trying to think of how Eddie would respond to that, because like he's not the kind of person to, basically, sip from his beer and be like, I don't know, I've seen some shit kind of thing. Like he's the kind of person you know what? He's gonna, like, when you say that, he's actually gonna start like patting himself down to see if he can find, like, do I have a vape on me or something like that? Something that I can, partake to take the edge off in addition to the beer.
Nothing super good, but you have your like normal nicotine delivery device.
Okay. Is it I'm assuming, given the seediness of this bar, that we are allowed to smoke in here.
People are actively smoking cigars right now in this bar.
Okay.
This is a full smoking and vaping facility.
So with that, Eddie's just gonna, like, pat himself down and just like, fucking whatever. Yeah. No, it's no, it's a lot. I know, and I've dealt with a lot, and
There's cryptids under the city, and they were this close to you. This close to you. I don't know how they didn't get you.
he's gonna take another. He's gonna take another long drag of his vape and just.
That's an actual swarm of whacked out.
Yeah. Yes. I'm very aware. And I was able to talk to it. Okay.
What do you mean? Okay. What do you mean you could talk to it?
This is something I don't like to talk about, because especially given the fact that the last time these people came up in our interactions with us, they started floating. Let me finish. The last time we dealt with the things that I'm about to talk about, they were floating above the city, and then all of a sudden no one on Vels can remember it happened. I'm part of the chorus.
The thing that had me floating above the thing because I listened too hard.
Yeah.
You intentionally?
No,
you intentionally float? You intentionally float?
He's like mid drag when you say that, and he's just like, no, not fucking intentionally.
Okay.
No, I've just no fuck, like my entire life, I've been able to hear things, things that people are thinking and haven't said, and things that other stuff, not even just people, have you ever heard a mushroom?
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want to. Trust me. And that's that's been my whole life, basically.
You can talk to mushrooms? What does their language sound like? Do they use consonants or vowels?
It's more olfactory, and it's more of a sense. It's more like it's more feelings. They don't speak in words. It's more like it's an emotional thing. But it's this. Yeah, I'm that. Don't get me wrong. What we saw in the tunnels was new.
Okay. So you haven't talked to zombies before?
No.
Good.
But
I feel like that's good.
I haven't.
It was the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's and I don't I've been fighting it my whole life, and I'm. It freaks me out a lot.
Eddie and Nym, I need both of you to give me a focus roll, please.
Focus?
Focus.
Somebody just puked right next to you.
Oh my
want to keep
Lord.
the conversation going, you gotta focus.
4.
Gotta focus up, gotta lock in.
Tune it out.
Couple fighting.
I can't wait till we get to walk in.
Got a 1 and a 5, so it's gonna be a 5 again.
Eddie, no information here. 4 isn't high enough. Nym,
okay.
You don't clock it now because you're concerned about Eddie. Eddie said that they were a member of the chorus because they could hear the voices. You are the only other person of the group, and as far as you know, anyone that you've met, that also heard the chorus. It's not something for you to focus on now, but your brain subconsciously grabs that and puts it on a shelf for later, of being like, you don't hear. There's no discussion about people other than hearing them singing occasionally, or chanting or talking. No one ever discusses the idea, and you were not close enough. You were on a device That's what was sending you the chorus.
Right.
But you did hear them. And Eddie, you've always thought that the chorus was something that somebody, joins. But Eddie is telling you that the chorus, in his mind, from his perspective, is something that somebody just has the ability to, just suddenly is able to hear. And that's different. That is not what Eddie was rolling for. Will, you did not get high enough for yours. But nonetheless, just around this conversation as it winds around, Tery, Kilo, and Izzy, I would like each of you to start off with a focus or a survey roll as you park or as you're approaching the black hole.
Okay. I'm gonna do a focus.
Gotta be careful when entering the black hole.
Gotta be.
You don't want to go too hard. Don't want to go too soft.
6.
4.
I also got a 4.
Okay, only the 6 succeeds, but it's important that you succeed. Tery, this neighborhood is bad. Your car is nice. It's so nice. Arguably, you think your car is nicer than it actually is, but it's so nice. It's so good. You don't want your car alone in this neighborhood. It can't possibly not be stolen in a place like this. It's going to be. So so what does Tery do about the fact that they know that if they're confident that if they park their car and leave it, it will get stolen?
So guys, I guess I'll see you later. I'm dropping you guys off here.
What? Sorry, what? What do you mean?
And I'll wait at home.
What? Why?
I don't think this is the type of place I should be. What
do you mean?
I could get recognized, and I have a lot of cash on me.
But you've never been to the bar before.
Okay, well, first of all, let's not say out loud, I have a lot of cash on me. Maybe just reel that one back in. Right. I thought you wanted to see Eddie and Nym. Nym had a whole story about how they got in trouble. We got to go see them.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're a good friend. So you want to go see them.
Mm-hmm.
I am a good friend.
You're a good friend, Tery.
Okay. Friendship or car? Friendship.
Wait, what car? What do you mean? What about the car?
I have my car. I mean, look at my car. Everyone wants it.
Tery, can't you just... I thought that thing could drive itself.
I look at the car.
Can't you just send it back to the garage?
Look at the other bikes and everything.
That's true.
Look at the car. Look at the bike.
Just send it to the garage.
Milo, you're
I think we're
starting
good.
to remind me of Alexander. You're so clever.
Did you just call me Milo?
Oh, Kylo, sorry.
That is also not my name, Tery.
Kilo! Oh my
god. Look, it's been a long time. But
Kilo. Sorry.
Yes. It's all right.
Why did they say Milo? Anyway.
You're thinking of Milo, that trash tennis ball back at Crazy Quasar.
You mean Milo from your blimp location? He's part of the staff.
From my blimp location.
Lord, I don't want him on my blimp.
Okay, Kilo, that's
he did
so
crazy
clever.
surgery to me. I don't want him on the blimp.
You send your car back home?
the car back.
Okay.
All right.
So you all hop out of the Cybertruck. Tery sends it to auto drive itself back to Tery's garage. And you have the black hole in front of you entering. Do you just bust on in? Do you look around?
Yep. Bust? I mean, it's a bar.
Yeah, just go on.
I imagine the door's open.
No, I mean, it's not. It doesn't even look like it's a business. It looks like it's closed.
Oh.
Izzy's been here before.
But Izzy has been here.
Izzy, you like this place?
I mean, that's a nice environment. You want to get away from people who know. Everybody knows your name, but it's not like that.
But also, I can smell it. I can smell it from out here. How much worse is it in there?
Where everybody knows your name.
It does smell. No one knows your name because if they do, you're a criminal. But it smells like a free ball locker room. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
Free ball.
Can I put?
That's why I like it. It reminds me of
on.
Can you put your
Tery,
what?
you could dull you could dull
your
your
scarf,
smell
your whole
sensors.
disguise. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my disguise.
Yeah. I like that 90%
Tery-
of the time Tery is just wearing a scarf up to their nose, giant glasses, and a fedora in public.
Would Tery be able to dampen his smell input? Like, do you have the functionality
Turn off
for that? Just
smell,
turn off your nose.
Just turn off.
Can I
the
turn off
nose.
my senses? Any
That's a
senses
great
I want? That
question.
would be so cool.
So yes,
Turn
Tery
off
can, of
so
course, do that.
fun.
But in this moment, just because it's brought up and it's a fun complication, Tery, please give me a focus roll for me, please.
So many cybernetic enhancements.
Okay,
Forget which ones you have.
I have advantage.
Be one of these. Just scrolling
5.
through endless features.
A 2 and a
Tery,
5.
You realize that you're like, you go to turn off your smell, and you realize it's already been minimized down to about 10% of normal capacity, and everything. And this is maybe something that Tery wouldn't clock, but I just want the group to know that Tery's senses are automatically constantly adjusting for the least stressful situation, which means that Tery, 9 times out of 10, if any kind of heart rate or what would be a heart rate or excitement comes on, their senses try to level them off to even. And unbeknownst to Tery, or maybe beknownst to Tery, that can be Julia's, but unbeknownst or beknownst to Tery, they're keeping them at a 6 out of 10 at like as much as they can, as per, to keep Tery in the calmest, most affable sensory input whenever they can. So sometimes they're all the way up. And so when it's things, but again, too excited, let's bring that down a little bit. Let's bring the sight down a little bit. Let's bring the smell down. Let's bring the sound down. So imagine if an AI was suddenly controlling how excited you could be at any given time, whether that's fear or otherwise, from your senses. That's for
when you put it like that, I don't like it anymore.
No,
if it smells that bad, I could talk.
It's pretty interesting.
It's also kind of OP, the fact that I can control my senses, because so people can't choke me.
No, they can choke you. You don't control your airway. You don't control whether you feel burns.
Okay.
You don't control
Do you remember
I understand.
when we were on the roof and Tery could not relax and like turned on their power saver mode to like
calm down.
Yeah.
So that was like a precursor.
So all
to
of
this
us can live in the, that's what inspired this. All of this can live in the knowledge that Tery is very mask coded in the way that he's 70% of the time he's barely paying attention. Which I think is only appropriate, but nonetheless. You all come into the bar. Izzy, the moment you enter the bar, you're clocked by the bartender. They don't say your name. They don't even wave. They give you the appropriate "what's up?" and just head up a little bit. Acknowledge
just the
like
the most manliest you have ever, the most stereotypically manliest you've ever seen Izzy.
Yeah. Izzy,
because he forgets he's an athlete.
Yeah, and so just a little upward nod of acknowledgement that it's like, I recognize you and you recognize me, and this is us saying hello without words or any kind of. I
come in for the handshake. I want to come in for the handshake. That manly chest handshake, and it's a tradition. He gives me a shot, I get a shot. He gets a shot, I get a shot. We shake and drink.
Yep, and they do all of that. Doesn't even say words to you. Just
Can I try to mimic? Because I think Tery would think that's so cool, and he doesn't want to look dumb.
Sway, Tery. Sway it away.
Sway world. Okay, let me just check it.
This will be fine.
Sway. Oh, I have advantage.
Also, Kilo, while Terry's rolling sway, can I get you to roll? I guess this is another focus roll because it's memory analyze.
Focus? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3.
Tery, you look exactly like you would expect Tery. Like your head nod is on the 1s and the 3s somehow.
Yeah.
And then Kilo, what was your focus?
I got a 6.
6. Perfect. Kilo. All of these people at this bar, minus maybe 2 of the patrons, and of course Nym and Eddie, are part of a gang is the wrong word.
Your community,
brotherhood,
a siblinghood of different people. Thus the motorcycle, thus the diesel clutches outside and everything. Yeah. You clock that they all have a very similar tattoo around the closest thing that could resemble a neck, and everything. Yeah. And the tattoo is a picture of a very kind of classic, it's a very kind of classic biker tattoo. But it's like a skull on like a 3-eyed green-headed alien with flames coming out of its eyes and flames coming out of its eyes and like lightning behind it. I love it. So super metal.
Sons of Bananarchy.
Yeah, exactly. Super motorcycle
Sons
club.
of Bananarchy.
Coded. But also you see immediately that Nym and Eddie are sitting comfortably and safely at the back booth.
So just to clock, just so I'm aware, do they seem concerned with us at all, or they really don't care?
No. So you see people giving Tery some weird looks, especially as they're trying to like throw up gang signs or something, like dab it up, but like it starts as a handshake. They dab.
I don't know him. We just happened to walk in at the same time. I don't know it.
But people seem to know Izzy.
Oh,
and
no.
You, even though you're not like dressed threateningly, are inherently threatening and belong, like very naturally belong in spaces like this. And you always have, sometimes to your benefit, sometimes to your like, man, I wish that people weren't just automatically a little bit intimidated by me all the time. It'd be really nice if I could have a normal conversation at a deli counter and not have the person be afraid I'm gonna hit them.
Like every time I raise a hand, like
and
I prefer for people not to flinch.
Flinch or thirst. Those are the 2 main reactions to
I was
Kilo
gonna
from
say,
strangers.
some people just position.
In position. Why are
this
you
is
exposing
Some people just kind of drape themselves against the walls to be kabadoned, and it's okay.
But
it's healthy.
But you all see Eddie and Nym sitting kind of conversing while Eddie also multitasks and installs a bunch of things on the smart device that he needs in order to communicate.
I'm gonna hug both of them. Like a mother.
Izzy will catch up in a second. He's just kind of doing the rounds.
As Tery hugs them, Kilo is quietly thinking, he almost left. He was gone. I had to stop him from leaving.
I was so worried. Oh my god, you guys have no idea.
He was really all bent out of shape over this.
Yeah. I'm so worried.
So
you all right?
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
You all right?
No.
Nym?
Nym, I saw your message.
Have you blinked in a bit?
And you said...
No, my eyes are really dry. My eyes are very, very
Sorry,
dry.
I'll be back.
That's the least of our worries.
Yep.
Nym, you should blink. Nym,
I can squint.
just let it happen.
Squint.
I will trust me to look out for you while your eyes are closed. Just do it a few times. Better.
That's beside the point. My eyes are fine.
Okay,
my eyes are fine.
All right.
But Eddie has no glasses because zombies stole them.
Somebody stole.
Zombies stole his glasses.
Some kind of
fashion zombies.
No, some kind of cyber enhanced mushroom zombies.
What? Where? What?
So
then they wanted your glasses?
I guess, yeah.
Did they attack you?
They were
what a miss.
They were following us. It's I don't know if
to escape we ended up going through the tunnels in between everything. And we started like there was like sounds. It was like they were following us. So we were running, we were moving, we were trying to get out.
Oh.
And then we saw them.
There were gonna be turtles there.
Do what now?
Yeah, I heard about turtles in the the tunnels, but
Yeah, Eddie, I got your text and
Turtles.
That don't seem like you, buddy.
Wait, what text?
I just show you the text that was sent by the zombies, but yeah, just
Eddie,
also,
it was
I didn't
robotic.
Eddie, something Tery said that somebody texted him and said, "Go help Eddie."
Oh yeah, it's butt printed.
And it's somebody we do not know texted Tery to tell him that, to let us know.
Do you want to see the message? Maybe you know the number.
You print it again, do you?
Was there a number?
I'll check.
I
I just need my phone to come back.
Wait for my phone to come back.
Phone come back.
But I don't think there was like a number. I think it was like an unknown thing.
I'm just saying, somebody knew you were in trouble and cared enough to tell Tery.
And then after, you messaged me and said, "No, I'm fine. I'm okay. We're good." Right?
That's the message I got when I sent you. Because I asked if you wanted to eat at Crazy Did you want to grab a bite at Crazy Crazars or meet somewhere else? Which was code for, did you want to meet hide at the bar or do something else? But like, you never text. You did text me back that you and Nym weren't hungry. We'll be fine.
We were definitely not fine.
Yeah, that must have been the zombies.
The what? I'm sorry, I was gone for a second catching up with people. What?
There are mushroom zombies, apparently.
Yeah, some kind of like fungus mushroom things like in the tunnels.
Wait, they aren't.
But they're not
mushroom. They aren't mushroom diaper genies, are they?
But they're not.
What?
No, they're not. They're not mushroom diaper babies.
I don't think Will was in the chat when we
mushroom
talked
diaper
about
junior
that.
babies. That was before you. It's okay.
I will take cybernetic mushroom zombies over mushroom diaper genies, okay?
Yeah, that's true. I love
their wishes always
don't worry about it.
All right,
don't worry about the mushroom diaper genie babies. You don't need to worry about that.
Steve, we have a question.
I have an answer.
When Tery got the text that said "Go help Eddie," was there a number associated with that text, or was it just okay?
No, it was just pushed to Tery's printer.
Oh, it was on my printer.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a memory I can never get out of my head.
Here, Eddie. I still have it. I printed it.
There's not a smell to it compared to the bar, is it?
Eddie, now that you're looking at it, there is one thing on it. It's a very antiquated thing that you recognize from other messages you've received. So in the modern era, people use various, like, obviously Tery responded to Nym's message with the smiley face, and everything. And so like emotes are very common, but for a long period of time, very old people use ASCII characters to do their emotes. And there is just the little caret symbol, wicked grin, like greater than : wicked grin text emote. And you would recognize that as something you've seen on the quiet messages of your friend.
From someone specific.
Your secret friend.
Okay. I don't know who this is, but they somehow know me. They've been messaging me since we were in lockdown at Tery's place.
Do they know you?
I don't know. I don't know who they are. I've tried messaging them before, and they're cryptic douchebag.
But they seem to want to help you.
I mean,
so
they don't have cameras in your eyes, do they?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, Nym.
It's no fun.
Yeah. Nym. Yeah, I probably do have cameras in my eyes, but only I can see them.
Okay.
If it makes you feel better.
Well, as long as you knowingly consented to having cameras in your eyes, that's one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Not knowing somebody has cameras in their eye changes your perspective on life.
Did they see you, by the way? We saw your crazy company, like the people.
I don't think so. Izzy was hamming it up, and then Eddie swept around, put the hoodie on me, and walked me into the tunnels.
You're welcome.
You hammed it up very well.
He acted so well.
You hammed as much as a lizard can.
It was an award-winning performance.
It was. Yes. I almost cried.
I astro hammed it up.
For a second, I was like, wow,
Lord, I'm so sad.
Izzy's in great pain. Wait a second. No. It's a charade.
In your stomach, Eddie, as Astroham is mentioned, your stomach just gently gurgles as it gets slowly worse because it's not fully digested yet.
Of course not.
No.
That shit takes time.
It's time. Right.
So should we do something about those zombies, because they took your glasses and they're spamming messages?
There were so many of them. They were an overwhelming flood.
Honestly, it's just glasses. I can get to another. I can get some new glasses. I'm not worried about that.
You want me to send them anything message-wise, since we're talking apparently?
No, not right now. Thanks though.
Yeah, let's let that lie, I think.
But if we ever need to contact them, we know how, through your glasses.
I changed the contact in my phone to totally Eddie.
Definitely
Eddie.
Like absolutely Eddie.
This could be none other than the one, the only Eddie.
Undeniably Eddie.
Undeniably Eddie. The epitome of Eddie.
Yes.
The exact Eddie.
100%.
Oh, that's good. I'm legit putting it in the phone as totally Eddie.
Glad you're both all right, at least.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
No, Did you get hurt?
Wait, what happened?
Did any of you two get hurt?
He got kind of scuffed up.
A little banged up and.
Eddie. Is that a narwhal?
They're pastel.
That's
very cute.
I do. I like it a lot.
I feel like we need a drink.
Do they? Can I ask for milk?
No, I'll be back.
You cannot.
Trust me.
That
will not be the milk you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
The milk you get here. Anyway.
Oh my lord.
No. Don't do
that. My lord, I'm sad.
Okay.
There are lots of milks in the world. In the universe. There are lots of milks.
And they are not all up
I
to
just want to play Izzy like just everybody's friend, but never changes. These big burger guys, hey Izzy, because I've cooked for them.
Yeah, of course.
Unpasteurized ooze milk.
The universal word for the universal language of food.
Oh
no. But all of you are sitting here.
Yeah.
All of you have having discussions, have your moments to think about the situation as it is, with new zombies in the mix.
Yeah.
Eddie has a secret friend. He doesn't know what's going on with that. Alexander is still kidnapped, and the kidnappers are asking for a ransom that Eddie might be part of the job of, in order to get a bunch of liters of blood and an organ printer. Kilo has only recently finally confirmed that his family is alive, and their disappearance is, of course, the mysterious. Finally, another institution, even one as amorphous as the organization, is like, no, you're right. And everything. Izzy has a bunch of money in their account to potentially save their parents' home. Nim's life and worldview has been completely destroyed.
Completely shattered.
Torn asunder.
Completely
I just
destroyed.
want to pick up this baby bird and keep her safe.
That's right.
Her bones are so hollow and so porous. She is so light.
If we zoom out even a little bit further, if we zoom out even an inch further from that, Eddie, there's a job that Tommy Two Shoes would like you to do regarding trying to make a connect for a black market to the rich community that kind of static orbits Velis in their own little in their own little Atlas Shrugged fucking dreamland. Tery, you know that you have some backup best of Tery streams and some AI to support it and infinite hours of content in which to feed that AI, but it can't be as good as the real deal. Your streaming thing, you've got a job once you, of course, rescue Alexander. Izzy, you still have to figure out what you're going to do sport-wise. Nym, you have to figure out how you're going to get not only figure out how you're going to get this corporation off your back, your family's coming to town in a few days.
I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
And well, you're all thinking
Nym
these
needs
things.
to get her fucking life together before her family comes into town, as is the usual way whenever anybody's family is coming into town.
Kilo.
Yeah.
You get a little
don't text me.
A little text.
Don't you dare text
yeah, you get a little
right
text.
Don't you dare.
Little
I
text?
don't want it.
I
send that text back.
I break my phone.
I blocked the number mid-text.
Mode.
That seems very dangerous.
You get the text. Do you look at the text?
All right. Obviously, I do.
You don't get a lot of messages directly to your phone.
I don't.
You like it that way.
I'm not very chatty.
Yeah. So one of the few people that has your phone number, Yancey,
oh my God.
sends you a picture that's just them and some of your coworkers.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And they're in front of a bar that's called the Vox Box Karaoke Bar.
No.
And with just the words, like smiling, and then another photo of all of them with a big open space looking confused. And then another one of all of them pointing at the lens. Yep. And the only text in it is, you promised.
Yep.
You promised.
I said I promised a beer. I said I would get one beer. Go back, check the receipts.
And they
That's
did.
what I said.
Check the receipts.
But it seems like they're calling in their thing. What do you text them back with this?
Oh. Would you like... It seems like we've all had a day. Would you like to go get a drink at a nicer bar than this one?
Izzy's just coming back with a bottle of booze.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Yes. 100% both Nym and Tery just like, please.
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 Fine. I respond to say, wait, they're there right now?
Yeah, it looks like they're there right now. It makes sense. It's about 5 p.m. after work, after shift. And so this would be when they would go. Happy hour first, then night of drinking and singing.
On my way, bringing some friends.
Yancey responds with just the most upset looking face. And then the text, it feels weird when you say haha in text. Don't do that anymore.
That's valid. That's actually valid.
And then yay for friends, and then a bunch of like picto emotes and gifs and stuff. They blow up your phone, like 30 texts independently.
This is why I do not text.
You bring it back. You have friends. I can't believe you have friends.
Yeah, so many memes, so many gifs.
Kilo, your phone is popping up.
Yeah.
I know. It's great.
It's the 19-year-old that you know that's hitting you up on your texts as aggressively as possible. So platonically enthusiastic that their friend Kilo is finally coming out.
You want to own a bodega?
And
I'm mostly going for the food because they got decent food.
I know the bodega.
Bar food.
Eddie, at the same time, now that your phone is set up, you get a message from your contact that's hiring you for the job. All right, we've got the plan, 30 minutes, you and whoever you can get. This is going to be a tough one, but the money's right.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
I'm gonna have to sit this one out, guys. Sorry.
No, Eddie.
Give me a survey roll. No, sorry. Give me a not a survey roll. Give me a focus roll. It's got to be a focus roll.
Focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Focus truly is the perception of this game. Except it's like it bundled insight and perception and history all into one. 4?
4. Yep.
You know from this contact, when they said you got to bring somebody, it will be echelons more difficult if you don't bring somebody.
Based on what I know about this job, which job was this again?
This is to go steal the organ printer and pints of blood for the ransom for Alexander.
All right.
From Alexander, the job that's being outsourced from the medical clinic that Alexander called, and then they called their contact who called you for this job.
Yep.
So there'll be other people there. There'll be other people there, but you know that if they say that if you show up fully just alone, that you're almost arguably letting the team down. You also know that the money is good and consistent, so whatever you're going to get paid, whoever you bring gets paid.
Okay. I'm literally trying, my brain is reeling, trying to come up which of the other PCs would be easy enough to convince to do this at a moment's notice, and also best at doing it,
Right. The intersection between be convinced to do this and can actually accomplish something.
I'm actually hey Izzy.
What?
Yo.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. Wait, but first, since it's our first time y'all's first time in the black hole, you need void shots. I brought them. We're trying them now.
No.
What is it?
Lord, what's in it?
It's literally just Jaeger.
It's best if you don't ask. In hindsight, yeah, it's probably just Jaeger. Ancient tonic.
Yeah.
So you all take your shots. It tastes like Jaeger.
Here's the galaxies from different galaxies.
It is kitty snuggle time, but
and y'all are now members of the black hole.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm very excited about this.
If that's what it's take to be a member of the black hole, I've been a member for a long time.
Specific black hole.
Are we all going to the box? I told them I was bringing friends.
The hole to be a part of it.
Okay, so Eddie takes Izzy aside, have that conversation there.
Yeah.
And
then, so
what?
I've got.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I have a friend who. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I can speak in vagaries all day, and I'm just too fucking tired for that shit right now. I got a job that I got to do, and it's going to involve stealing blood, and it's going to help get Alexander back.
Okay.
My guy, the guy that I talked to organize this, just got in touch with me. He said I need to bring somebody. I can promise you it's going to pay real well. If you don't mind coming with me to be an extra body on this job, that I'd appreciate that.
Are we going before or after Kilo sings?
We got to go now.
Same time.
We are gonna miss Kilo singing.
It's for Alexander. We're gonna have to make this a really quick delivery.
All right.
I'm down.
Izzy and Eddie are gonna head out to do this. Okay, now they're having that conversation. Kilo, is anyone going with Kilo to Voxbox?
I'm not
yeah.
singing. You are all
Singing?
looking at me with those shit-eating grins right now. I'm not singing.
Singing. It's
Yeah,
a karaoke bar.
karaoke bar. Yeah.
Oh God.
She's
Have
gonna
you ever
sing
seen?
Tery?
Nim's gonna put her hand kind of like
course.
gently on Kilo's arm and go,
Yeah.
"You cannot sing worse than the horrors that I have experienced today. It will be okay."
That's fair. You should blink again.
It'll
I
make
really should.
it'll make them feel better.
You should blink.
It'll make
Thank
them
you.
feel better.
What? What are you talking?
What?
If Kilo sings, it'll
That's
make them feel better.
That is not. Listen, Yancey. I promised Yancey. It was on the day
Who's
where
Yancey?
everything went down with a coworker.
Okay.
God, I want
The day
Izzy and Yancy to meet so badly.
I feel like they're.
Same.
Yeah, that would be very funny. Very good.
With Kilo.
So you finish up your booze at the black hole. You split up again. Eddie.
Wait, what? We're splitting. Wait, where are you going?
They. Oh yeah. They don't. Yeah. So Eddie and Izzy.
Hey, I thought we were going.
You're not gonna sing?
We got a thing. Eddie has a thing to do. He asked me to help him for, so I'm just gonna help him out. I'm trying to get this done as quickly as we can because I really want to come back and hear you sing. Plus, I have a lovely set of pipes.
You don't want me to go there too with you guys?
What kind of thing? Yeah.
Look at Eddie.
You've got your thing. Go do your thing. We've got plenty of people to do my thing. It's
this is the second time today we're gonna split up. And what happened last time? You were tracked by a bunch of mushroom zombies.
We weren't tracked. We were chased. Okay, we were. To be fair, we were in their territory.
Much better.
I mean,
that's so much better.
We were in their territory. Okay, like we were
chasing.
We were kind of trespassing.
Tracking.
At least tell us what you're doing because we're a team. We should know what everyone is.
We're getting blood and organs.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, you all know what blood and organs means. They're getting the ransom for Tery. You're all aware.
Hey.
Oh. Okay, so you can go. It's for Alexander.
Where is this happening? What?
Up in
the what time?
What was the name of the place? Was it the top tiers, or was it like sort of? You said it was sort of in static orbit, so it's like a secondary.
Yeah. So
location.
So no, the blood pursuit is up in a nicer district than you're currently in, but it is not in that little thing. The job for Tommy Two Shoes is to try and make the black market thing. That's a different job that Eddie doesn't have to worry about for the next couple days.
Yeah.
Good old tacky Two Shoes.
Okay. Yeah. Are you good to take a job? It's been a day.
Oh, I'm great. I'm fine with.
That
no, we know that you're fine. You are always in peak condition.
You say that, and Eddie just kind of like takes his beer and just like shacks whatever's left of it. There's not a lot. There's like a third of a pint left. So just like big swig back.
Another shot? Okay, I take another shot.
No, he finishes his beer and like in like using the same like kind of like muscle energy of basically takes the beer and then like you can tell he hasn't like even fully swallowed the beer and just like takes another big hit of his vape, and then just kind of yeah, I'll be fine, don't worry about it.
You don't want them to come with us?
Maybe you need to blink too.
Who does a job at 5 p.m.? Who like the sun? I mean, not that the sun is the sun up right now. I imagine.
Would it be daylight on Bellis? Yeah, assuming that it takes them some time to get there and everything.
Simulation,
it'd be evening, but it would be daylight. Yeah.
Okay. And that it's right
Eddie.
now.
Well, if we need more people for the job, I got a couple of guys in the bar that would be willing to help. Someone owes me a favor or two.
It's not that I'm not willing to help. First of all, I don't like that you planned it and you were going to sneak off and not tell us. That doesn't make me trust you, Eddie. And I want to trust you.
You didn't need to. You don't need to know. Like I got this.
That's not how the team works. Actually, we're all part of the same organization, so you kind of have to tell us.
I told you what I knew.
All our lives.
Kilo is right. It's not good to lie to your friends.
I wasn't lying. I was just. It was a job that I
withholding
had.
information.
I mean, technically, that's still kind of lying by omission.
Yeah.
It's not about making you feel like you need to tell us.
He takes no sides.
But you can. We can support you sometimes.
The people
too.
The people that I deal with, I don't want you guys to have to deal with them. That's what it is.
Then why'd you call me? Wait.
Good point. That's a damn good point, Izzy.
Looking over at Izzy because I trust you to be able to kick their ass.
Oh, but you don't trust us.
No, I got strong legs.
I can kick some ass. I can kick some ass.
I'm just a kilo, but
it's a valid choice not to expect
Eddie,
me to kick ass.
Listen, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but you seem like the kind of guy that's been lone wolfing it for a bit. And I get that. I've been doing that for years. But I also remember how to be a part of a team when I need to be. And I don't know if you have that same experience. But no time like the present to start.
If we all help, we can all go to karaoke.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We can make it a good job. Yancy will.
Come on.
But if it's too dangerous, I could always go to karaoke just so we can multitask. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's too dangerous,
You couldn't really go to karaoke without Kilo because he was kind of invited.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's a public bar. Anybody, they would love to see Tery. They would be so excited to see Tery.
True. I guess we'll just go do this job to save Alexander without.
We'll do it quick.
Without, we'll
go to the bar.
While we risk our lives to go save. And this is not being manipulative. This is just Izzy being like, we're just gonna risk our lives to save Alexander in any form of shape or possible. While you go to the sing karaoke, sing a nice song for us.
I'm trying. What? Izzy, you passive aggressive son of a bitch. We're going to do this.
The funny thing is, it's genuine from Izzy. It's not passive aggressive at all.
It's not offensive.
Yeah, we're gonna do this thing. You go do that.
Maybe
we can go do this. We can go do this, and then we can go to the bar. They're gonna be there a long time.
We can just lie to Yancy. Say that we were.
No, I cannot lie to Yancy. I will not.
I can lie to Yancy.
Don't lie.
I did it for a job.
Yancy is young and impressionable. Don't lie to Yancy.
So was I until I had a camera in my head.
So
it's okay.
A question before we end the session: Who's going to? Is anyone still going to the karaoke bar? Is Tery going to the karaoke bar? Potentially by themselves.
I think now out of guilt you can't.
I think that my plan is to go help them so we get it done faster.
Get the job done fast.
Yeah, and then go to the bar.
Izzy was just actually down to help.
Yeah, Izzy, of
they're
course.
All gonna get, they're all going to get sauced and be there forever, so we'll be there in plenty of time.
Okay.
The drunker they are, the less they'll remember things.
Exactly.
The 5 of you.
But I wanted to sing Blink 182 because of Nym.
182 blinks. That's a lot of blinks.
Have to run an errand first. Be there soon.
Yeah, Yancy.
Okay.
Yancy gives you it gives you you better, and then several memes. Or several memes and animations. And then they keep texting you songs that they assume that you like because of your vibe. Vibe that other people, it's like, you're missing this, and they're hitting the mark like one out of every two times. Like every other one, they're probably right, but then there's parts of it that's like, this artist, I'd never listen to this artist, because they don't have a beat on you quite yet, but they've got enough of an instinct. And then a couple, of course, that you're like, I hate that song, and then you think about it internally, and you're like, I actually kind of like that song.
Actually, I like this. It's not bad.
But the 5 of you, as the unified group, leave the black hole to go to the meeting spot that Eddie has the location on his burner smartphone device, for a mission to retrieve 1,000 pints of blood and an organ printer for kidnappers of Alexander, so that you can pay their ransom, and Alexander will be hopefully returned to you whole. And with that, and it being about 10:35, we will end today's session of Cosmos Candela. No spooky cliffhangers, just a decision for next action. It'll
not even more suspicious.
What a heist job has to do with, or what kind of heist job is this going to be at 5:30 to 6 p.m. in the evening?
Yeah, this
you
is
son
weird,
of a bitch.
right?
Who knows?
This is weird.
Who knows?
That's unique.
But nonetheless, we will be back next time. We're going to go around, of course, as we always do, and do the where can people find you on the interwebs. Let's start with Abby.
Hello. I had to speak really loudly. I am Giggle Girl Productions. I am mainly found on TikTok, having a great time, but you can also find me hanging out with wonderful people, playing fun games, including over on Radio Free Will's channel, where on Wednesdays we play currently an Aster's campaign, which is super fun. We're not doing it this week because instead we're doing, what's it called? MonsterCon? MonsterCon?
Yeah, we're going to be playing MonsterCon this week because too many of our players can't make it tomorrow night. So it'll be at least me and Abby, and I'm hoping to get a few more people in to play. So
it'll be a fun time.
Glitch.
Well, I am that son of a glitch. You will find me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Just search that son of a glitch. You'll find me. I haven't been doing much lately, but yeah.
Julia.
Hello, I'm Stark.
Hello.
Hello.
Everywhere. Hello. And yeah, I don't need to promote commissions because I have a full slot now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
Love to hear.
Follow them online, and then when they eventually post that they don't have a full slot, you can then commission them.
That's true.
Will.
Hey everybody, I'm Radio Free Will. You can find me Radio Free Will. You can also find me here on Twitch at Radio_Free Will, where I run TTRPGs and try to, reconcile my hyper focus with the Monster Prom series. And I'm also on YouTube at Radio_Free Will. And if you would like to, if you'd like me to run a game for you, you can find me over at startplaying.games/GM/Radio Free Will, all one word in that case. Also, I'm going to be at PAX East this year. So if you are going to be in the Boston area or at the convention, and you see me walking around and I'm not in the middle of, just say hi if you see me walking around anyway. If I'm not busy, I'll come in for a high five or a hug or a game of Commander, what have you. Other than that, like I said, you can find me on TikTok where I rant about things like, the inherent, about stuff that I overthink about, basically. That's all there is to it.
And Lastly, what was it like? Genie diaper mushroom baby.
Mushroom diaper genie
Mushroom
baby.
diaper genie. Yes.
Mushroom diaper genie baby.
Mushroom diaper genie baby.
Hi, it's me. Mushroom diaper genie baby. Maximum pollen. That's who I am. Definitely not the Kellhop on all platforms across the internet. You can find me here. You can find me over on The Heart is a Dungeon. You can find me in Error 313. We are gearing up for our second season. And coming at you, May 10th is our debut episode of 1.7 Miles to Lake Wanatel. It's a new horror audio drama. It's very scary. And I'm excited for everyone to hear it. But that will be arriving soon.
Maximum spoop.
You can, of course, find me at Dying of Exposure here on this very Twitch channel, YouTube, at Dying of Exposure across the internet. Look out for, I know that if you're on the internet watching this, what you've always said is, man, I wish I could hear two middle-aged white guys talk about their opinions on Star Wars, but where could I possibly find that
all the time
and everything? Well, there's going to be a video. It's with my partner that does Ghost Town Video, with my buddy there, and it's going up on our YouTube channel. Now, we're a podcast that talks about various films and television and stuff, but we decided we'd couch all of our Star Wars conversation into this so that we don't have to bring it up throughout the other talking of cinema, because no one needs that much Star Wars in their life. So be excited for that. That comes out, of course, May the 4th. You can follow me at various things, but for now, we're just going to go and raid North Draconic's channel, a friend of me personally. They are playing Mass Effect Andromeda. So we are going to raid them. I was going to raid that like little D&D channel, Critical Role, that is currently live right now.
They need it.
They need our follower count, but
support independent creators.
Yeah. Instead, I think I'm going to raid this. So we will raid them. We will see you all next week at the same time. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
And we are out.
Mm-hmm.